Module 3. Order in the Court Administrative Tribunal Procedures. Time Management. Judicial power rests with the Supreme Court and the lower courts as established by law. Article 8, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution. Its duty is to settle actual controversies involving rights which are legally demandable and enforceable. Article 8, Section 1 and 2. The judiciary enjoys fiscal autonomy. Its appropriation may not be reduced by the legislature below the appropriated amount the previous year. Article 8, Section 3. Rules and Procedures. The Rules of the Court of the Philippines, as amended and the Rules and Regulations issued by the Supreme Court, define the rules and procedures of the judiciary. These rules and regulations are in the form of administrative matters, administrative orders, circulars, memorandum circulars, memorandum orders, and OCA circulars. The Supreme Court disseminates these rules and regulations to all courts, publishes important ones in newspaper of general circulation, prints them in book or pamphlet form, and uploads them to the Supreme Court website and the Supreme Court e-library website. Appointments to Judiciary. By virtue of Article 8, Section 8, appointments to judiciary are made by the President of the Philippines based on a list submitted by the Judicial and Bar Council, which is under the supervision of the Supreme Court. Its principal function is to screen prospective appointees to any judicial post. It is composed of the Chief Justice as ex officio chairman and the Secretary of Justice and representatives of Congress as ex officio members and a representative of the integrated bar, a professor of law, a retired member of the Supreme Court, and the representative of the private sector as members. Philippine Judicial Academy. The Philippine Judicial Academy is a training school for justices, judge, court personnel, lawyers, and aspirants to judicial posts. It was originally created by the Supreme Court on March 16, 1996 by virtue of Administrative Order No. 35-96 and was institutionalized on February 26, 1998 by virtue of Republic Act No. 8557. No appointee to the bench may commence to discharge his adjudicative function without completing the prescribed court training in the academy. Its organizational structure and administrative setup are provided by the Supreme Court in its en banc resolution revised number. Philippine Mediation Center was organized pursuant to the en banc Supreme Court Resolution AM number 01105 SCPLA dated October 16, 2001, and in line with the objectives of the Action Program for Judicial Reforms, to decongestion court dockets, among others, the court-prescribed guidelines in institutionalizing and implementing the mediation program in the Philippines. The same resolution designated the Philippine mediation and other alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. Established the Philippine Mediation Center. Katarungang Pambarangay. Presidential Decree No. 1508 or the Katarungang Pambarangay Law took effect on December 11, 1978 and established a system of amicably settling disputes at the barangay level. This decree and the Local Government Code provided rules and procedures Title 1, Chapter 7, Section 339422. This system of amicable settlement of dispute aims to promote the speedy administration of justice by easing the congestion of court dockets. The court does not take cognizance of cases filed if they are not filed first with the Katarungang Pambarangay. Alternative Dispute Resolution or ADR System. Republic Act No. 9285 institutionalized the use of an alternative dispute resolution system. which serves to promote the speedy and impartial administration of justice and unclog the court dockets. This act shall be without prejudice to the adoption of the Supreme Court of any AD or system, such as mediation, conciliation, arbitration, or any combination thereof. Supreme Court. The Royal Audiencia was established on May 5, 1583, composed of a president, 4 oidores, justices, and a fiscal. The Audiencia exercised both administrative and judicial functions. Its functions and structure were modified in 1815 when a Chief Justice replaced its president and the number of justices was increased. It came to be known as the Audiencia Territorial de Manila with 2 branches, civil and criminal. A royal decree issued on July 24, 1861 converted it to a purely judicial body with its decision. Philippine Revolution and First Republic. In the 3 phases of the Revolution, 1896 to 1897, 1898 to 1899 and 1901, the exigencies of war prevented through organization of the administration of justice, Katipunan Councils, then the Provisional Government of Tejeros, Biak na Bato, and the Revolutionary Republic proclaimed in Kawit, essentially had the General Emilio Aguinaldo exercising decree-making powers, instituting ad hoc courts, and reviewing any appeal concerning their decisions. American military rule. During the Philippine-American War, General Wesley Merritt suspended the audiencias when a military government was established after Manila fell to American forces in August 1898. Major General Elwell S. Otis reestablished the audiencia on May 29, 1899 by virtue of the General Order No. 20, which provided for 6 Filipino members of the audiencia. Establishment of the Supreme Court. With the establishment of civil government, Act No. 136 of the Philippine Commission abolished the audiencia and established the present Supreme Court on June 11, 1901, with Cayetano Arellano as the first Chief Justice together with associate justices, the majority of whom were Americans. Commonwealth, Philippinization of the Supreme Court. With the ratification of 1935 Constitution, the membership was increased to 2 with 2 divisions of 5 members each. The Supreme Court was Philippinized upon the inaugurations of the Commonwealth of the Philippines on November 15, 1935. The composition of the court was reduced by virtue of Commonwealth Act No. 3. It provided for the Supreme Court headed by a Chief Justice with 6 associate justices. World War II and Third Republic. During World War II, the National Assembly passed legislation granting emergency powers to President Manuel L. Quezon. Chief Justice Jose Abad Santos was made concurrent Secretary of Justice and acting President of the Philippines in unoccupied areas after his capture and execution at the hands of the Japanese. The Commonwealth government in exile had no system of the courts. Martial law. The Supreme Court was retained during the martial law years under rules similar to 1935 Constitution, but with the exception few key factors. Example, the 1973 Constitution further increased the membership of the Supreme Court to 15 with 2 divisions. 2. The process by which a Chief Justice and Associate Justices are appointed was changed under to grant the President Ferdinand Marcos during this time the sole authority to appoint members of the Supreme Court. There was 5 Chief Justices that were appointed under this provision.